The Lighthouse Keeper's Quiet Night. Welcome back. If you're here, it means the day has finally let go of you and you're ready to rest. So find the place where you feel most supported. Let your shoulders soften into whatever is holding you, and allow your eyes to close or simply lower, however feels natural tonight. Tonight, you are the keeper of a lighthouse on a small rocky island where the only sounds are water and wind and the occasional creak of old wood settling into itself. There is nowhere else you need to be. There is nothing else you need to do. Your only task this evening is to keep a light burning over a sleeping sea and to notice, slowly, how peaceful that simple task can feel. Let's begin. You climb the spiral staircase of the lighthouse, one slow step at a time. The stone walls curve around you, cool to the touch, worn smooth by generations of hands that climbed before yours. Your fingers trail along the surface as you go, feeling the faint grooves where the stone has been polished by years of quiet use. The stairwell smells of salt and old lamp oil, and something faintly like the inside of a seashell. Mineral, clean, ancient. Each step makes a soft sound beneath your boots. Not loud, just present. A gentle rhythm that matches your breathing, or perhaps your breathing has come to match it. Up you go, past narrow windows where the last violet light of evening filters through thick glass, past shelves where old logbooks rest in tidy rows, their leather spines cracked and gentle with age. When you reach the top, you step into the lamp room, and the world opens around you. Glass surrounds you on every side, curved and clear, and beyond it, the sea. Endless, dark, and calm. The water stretches out to meet the horizon where the last seam of daylight is dissolving into deep blue. There is no wind tonight worth mentioning, only a slow breath of air that moves across the water and makes its surface shimmer like hammered silver. You move toward the great lamp at the center of the room. It stands taller than you, a brass and glass structure polished by years of careful hands, its lens catching even the faintest light and turning it into something larger. You reach for the small lever at its base, and with a soft click, the lamp begins to glow. Warm light spreads outward, gold and amber, filling the glass room with a gentle radiance. It catches on the brass fittings, on the curve of the windows, on the small motes of dust that drift lazily through the air. You watch as the light begins its slow rotation, sweeping out across the water in long, patient arcs. This is your purpose tonight. Not to fix anything, not to solve anything, simply to keep this light turning, so that any vessel out there in the dark, any traveler making their way home, will know exactly where the safe edge of the world begins. You settle into the worn wooden chair beside the lamp, the one that has held countless keepers before you, its arms smoothed by years of resting hands. It creaks once as you lower yourself into it, a familiar sound, almost like a greeting. You let your body sink into its shape, feeling how it seems to hold you exactly where you need to be held. From here, you can see everything. The dark curve of the sea, the faint outline of distant cliffs, the scattered lights of a small village clinging to the coastline, each window glowing like a tiny ember in the blue dusk. Somewhere down there, people are settling into their evenings too, closing curtains, pouring tea, pulling blankets up over tired bodies. And here you are, doing your part to keep them safe, simply by sitting, simply by watching, simply by letting the light turn. You take a slow breath in through your nose, and you notice the scent of the sea drifting up through the small open window beside you. Salt and seaweed, and something cool and mineral that reminds you of rain on stone. You let the breath fill your chest gently without force, the way the tide fills a quiet cove. And then you let it go, slow and unhurried, watching as it seems to dissolve into the dim, golden light around you. The lamp continues its rotation, slow, steady. Out across the water, the beam glides over the waves, illuminating each one for just a moment before moving on. A brief gleam of silver, and then darkness again, and then another gleam, further along. You find yourself watching this rhythm the way you might watch a candle flicker or listen to rain against a window. There is nothing urgent about it. There is only the pattern, returning again and again, patient and unbroken. You notice how the light seems to breathe with the sea. As a wave rises, the beam catches its crest and turns it to brief silver lace. As the wave falls, the light moves on, leaving the water to settle back into its deep, calm color. Rise and fall, glow and fade. Around and around the lamp turns, and the sea continues its slow, ancient breathing far below you. Somewhere beneath the lighthouse you can hear the faint sound of waves meeting rock. Not crashing, not violent, just a soft, repeated hush, like the sea exhaling against the stone. Hush, and hush again. It moves through the floor and up through the legs of your chair, a vibration so gentle you might mistake it for your own heartbeat slowing to match it. You let your eyes drift along the dark horizon, searching for nothing in particular. There is something soothing about looking out at a vast space and not needing it to contain anything. The sea simply is, wide, dark, endless and calm, and you are simply here watching it, keeping the light turning, needing nothing else from this moment. After a while, you reach for the small thermos you brought up with you, and you pour a little warm tea into its cup. Steam rises in a soft curl, catching the lamplight as it drifts upward and disappears. You wrap both hands around the cup, feeling its gentle warmth seep into your palms, and you take a slow sip. The tea tastes faintly of chamomile and honey, soothing as it moves down through your chest, settling into you like a small, glowing ember of comfort. You set the cup down on the wide stone windowsill beside you, and you return your gaze to the sea. The lamp turns. The waves hush against the rocks below. Somewhere far out on the water, so far you can barely make it out, a single point of light blinks steadily. The running lights of a fishing boat making its slow way home. You watch it for a while, this small traveling glow, and you feel a quiet sense of connection. You are both out here in the dark, doing what needs to be done, moving steadily toward rest. The night deepens around you, but it does not feel heavy. If anything, it feels like a soft cloth being laid gently over the world, smoothing out the rough edges of the day, quieting the colors, hushing the sounds. The sky above the lighthouse has turned a deep indigo, scattered now with the first faint stars, each one appearing slowly, as though deciding it is safe to come out. You lean back in your chair and let your head rest against its worn wooden curve. From this angle, you can see both the stars above and their faint reflections scattered across the water below, so that for a moment it feels as though you are floating between two skies, one above you, one beneath, both quiet, both endless, both holding their small, still points of light. You think, briefly, of all the keepers who have sat in this very chair before you, in this very room watching this very sea. How many quiet nights has this lamp turned through? How many travelers has its light guided safely home, without ever knowing the patient hands that kept it burning? There is something deeply peaceful in being part of that long, unbroken chain. In knowing that your simple presence here, your willingness to watch and to tend, is itself a kind of quiet gift to the world. You don't need anyone to see this gift being given. You don't need any thanks for it. You only need to keep doing what you are doing, sitting here, breathing slowly, letting the light turn. And the rest will take care of itself, the way the tide takes care of the shore, the way the stars take care of their slow turning overhead. The lamp rotates again, sweeping its warm beam out over the dark water. You watch it go, out and out and out, until it reaches the far edge of what you can see, and then it curves gently back toward you, completing its circle, beginning again. There is something endlessly comforting about a job that simply repeats itself, kindly, without complaint, asking only that you stay present for it. You feel your body growing heavier in the chair, your breathing slower, your thoughts softer and further apart, like stars spacing themselves out across a widening sky. The tea has warmed you through. The gentle hush of the waves has settled into your bones. The light continues its slow turning, and you continue your slow watching, and the two of you move together through the night like old companions who no longer need to speak. You close your eyes for a moment, just a moment, and you notice how the warm glow of the lamp still glows softly behind your eyelids, gentle and amber, like the last light of a fire settling into embers. You listen to the waves. Hush and hush again. You listen to the soft creak of the lighthouse settling around you, the way an old house settles when it knows everyone inside is safe. And you realize, in this quiet moment, that you don't need to do anything more tonight. You don't need to solve anything, or plan anything, or carry anything forward into tomorrow. You only need to rest here, in this glow, in this gentle rhythm, letting the light do its slow and steady work, letting the sea continue its slow and steady breathing, letting yourself be exactly as still as you need to be. The lamp turns once more, sweeping its warm beam across the water, and somewhere out in the dark, a small boat continues steadily toward the shore, guided gently home by a light that asks for nothing in return. You feel yourself drifting along with it, carried, slow and easy, on a calm and endless tide. If you're still with me, let yourself rest here a while longer. There is nothing left to watch for, nothing left to tend. The light will keep turning long after your eyes have closed, long after your breathing has slowed into the soft, even rhythm of deep sleep. Let the sea hold its calm. Let the stars hold their quiet places in the sky. Let yourself sink, slowly and completely, into the stillness of this night. Sleep now. And I'll see you next time, here at Late Pages.